Hey there, it's Christoph from Bricks Go Wild, and just recently we hit 300 Wild City videos on our main channel, Bricks Go Wild, and we just wanted to give you a quick update here also on our English speaking channel on what has changed and where we stand right now. Rita is coming towards us, explaining some of the recent updates, and I'm just gonna explain to you which updates we can celebrate 300 videos on our 110 square meter city. This is around 1100 square feet on the attic of our house. Purely Lego, what an adventure, happy times, lots of work on the other hand. But just this year, we have included so many new sets and builds, and we are proud to just present some of the highlights to you. Upon entering our Lego city, you are greeted by what is called our main city square. There's trains running, there's a subway in the progress of being built. There's an amusement park, there's a winter village, a harbor, a beach, a train yard, and we are in this video gonna cover all of it. So be prepared, sit back, take a cup of coffee, and just relax while you watch the presentation, the walkthrough of our Lego city, which has grown immensely in recent times. We started small 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, and this is where we are right now. We tried to include official Lego sets like modular city sets, friends, ideas, icons, and so on and so forth. But we also are in the process of including more and more custom built Lego sets into our city. First of all, once again, we have included all of the modular buildings, starting with the first one, which was the Market Street, which is on the backside of the street here, Cafe Corner, the City Hall, Fire Brigade, all of them. The newest one, the National History Museum, is currently not on the layout here because we are including lights. We are lighting up more and more sets now at the moment. So this is in our workshop to be lit up. Just this year, we included our Studgate train station, and we built a fantastic forecourt. If you can see that, with a almost Romanesque looking fountain here. Lots of storytelling going on. This is the bus stop that I'm currently working on. The newest style modulars are on this side of the layout here. We also included lots of licensed sets, like the Daily Bugle, but we just made it look pretty too, in a way that it fits our city. Also in the back you can see the white skyscraper. This basically just decorates the wooden beam that we otherwise have in our layout. There's more to come here, so we try to cover all of these wooden beams in the near future. The subway down there is still under construction. There's lots of stuff, like pieces and everything, laying around at the moment because there's so many sets and pieces and stuff like that coming into our Lego city. We just received the whole city series for I believe it was June 2024, like the harbor and the whole construction set layouts and stuff. And we are still in the progress of integrating that into our Lego city. This is the main terminal station for the subway that is still under construction. It's not completely finished, but we also try to have a running subway here as well. We also have a monorail, by the way, that we're going to show to you later on. And here in the downtown core, you can see mostly big modular buildings, but also the smaller creator sets. We included Hidden Side. We have some of the sets coming from the like I said, licensed themes, Simpsons Quickie Mart, also Venetian houses. There in the back, you can see the empty space, which is where the National History Museum is gonna go. Again, once it's lit up. On the right, you can see our shopping mall, Jangbricks inspired shopping mall, like more than 20,000 pieces that we built a couple of years ago. We're always also trying to improve existing sets, so the shopping mall was just recently redone. We're still not 100% perfect with the outer looks, but it's already, and I can guarantee you it's much more pretty than it used to be. And the inside this of it, the stores and everything, is fully flashed with I believe around 40 different stores, everything from Lego store to rarities bookstore, and everything you can imagine, right? This is the like outer part of the downtown, where we still try to include lots of the houses and buildings that Lego released over the years. And by over the years, we really have sets that come from the 1980s. Rita and I were growing up in the 90s, so we have lots of 90s sets as well. This is the construction site, one of the most favorite views of some of our viewers. We did some videos with the construction site crane and the stuff that you can see here as thumbnails, and they are always the one of the most popular videos actually. So people like construction. This is where the subway is running with these like yeah, like stone designed yeah, layouts. In the back here, we tend to go rather rural. So we still have Rita's swimming pool. The Sandersons got their spot here. Not super happy with the location of this set, to be honest with you. But anyways, Rita placed it here. Lots of these 90s and early 2000s train sets, because I'm a huge train enthusiast. Some of the people really don't like the looks of this set. I doubled it up to have like two sets side by side, and I am actually pretty happy with the looks of it. And here in the back, you see first of all the monorail, and this is also where the recreational like section of our Lego City starts with the building of a big mountain that is going to accommodate the observatory from the Bricklink designer program. And there's a second mountain in the builds for the Snow White house that came out just this year. We have a farm that actually looks pretty cool. It's very basic, but Lego hasn't really released any sets like farm related sets in recent times. And this is also where, besides the mountain, the cargo terminal starts. We are trying to extend that now with the release of the old train engine jet from the Bricklink Designer Program series. So it's gonna grow even more. I tried to place as many trains onto the layout and onto the tables as I possibly could. So you can see here like 9-volt trains, power functions trains, the newer ones powered up. There's just so much going on, from train like loading cranes to passenger terminals, train engine jets, and this is where we drink coffee and like build our mocks. We do not really have a desk to do that, but this is where we just hang out. Usually it gets quite warm underneath the window here. Really nice. Tim, our 3-year-old son, has his play area here with Hot Wheels and Duplo and stuff like that. So this is really our relaxing area. It's also really bright because the sun was shining extremely bright on this day. This is where Rita has her minifigure collection. So everything is full. It's even more full now because we even topped up that collection just recently. Everything from accessories to like animals and stuff is here. And I am planning to add another table here on the right just to have more space for the trains, because this is just what I really love doing. And we now have bought FX bricks or FX track parts so that we can like adapt the layout of the tracks here even more. Back in the day when I was building that, I was quite limited by the curve radius of the Lego tracks and the switches in the straight tracks. Now it's gonna be much more better. And you can see this is just my childhood here. All of these 9-volt trains, the cargo trains, the passenger trains. This is just what I grew up with, and I always want to have these on the layout itself, or in the layout itself. You can see some of the side tracks even include some very rare trains. We also have the Santa Fe, but it's not on the layout at the moment, but we have the Horizon Express and stuff like that. This is where you can see the yellow plain fuselage parts is where the second mountain is gonna go. And I bought these parts for relatively cheap money on Bricklink a year or two ago. I think they were 7 cents a piece, and these make up extremely stable foundations for the supports of the mountain, so I always experiment around with them. We are now on the complete other side of the Lego city. There's still lots of work going on here, and I always, when I have some free time, try to extend the mountain a bit. This is where the mine was integrated into our first mountain. Lots of like 1980s, early 1990s Lego sets here, which I really love looking at. They just look so cool, and they do not really fit next to the new generation Lego sets. But here in the back of the Lego city, where everything is a bit more quiet and we have our recreational area, there's nothing about or there's nothing bad about like adding a gas station here. This is where our winter village is located. Like we have a small mountain with a ski slope, and we have included all of the winter village sets here. Additionally, we have the Home Alone set, we have some Harry Potter sets. Rita has her Frozen Castle here, and we even had to extend the layout onto the other side. And actually, it looks pretty cool because you're even immersed into the Winter Village theming even more here with the like layout being on both sides. This is still work in progress, and usually we only work on this specific part of the Lego city during winter. You can imagine now it's pretty hot outside. We have no like we don't want to build on that right now, but it really looks cool. I just not too long ago bought lots of white plates and bricks and stuff just to get that snow theming one step further, and we included some of the sets that we usually not intended to go into the winter village here, like Hogsmeade. We also have the ice skating rink from the Chinese New Year sets here. Some of the sets where viewers said, hey, this is not gonna work, you know, you kind of just do this. Also, this is one snowboarding slope, I believe 34, 35, whatever the set number is, and we included the whole slope here into the mountain. This was one of the first things we did when we started with our Lego collection. We also have two different Holiday Express trains, the older one here and the newer one on the other side. Back here, this is still where lots of work is going on. So you see empty tables, you see lots of boxes. This is where it really goes down to like work. You can see it in the box here, are trying to include a Star Wars Tatooine layout here, being part of our amusement park, because we are now approaching our amusement park. Actually, I believe next to the downtown city, the second biggest part of our layout here. And one of the ideas was to have a like Galaxy's Edge themed like Disney World part, like a land that people in the amusement park can go to that is themed after Star Wars Tatooine. And we're still trying to collect some of the sets that we wanted. We still need lots of pieces to do that, and this is why the parts unfortunately are still sitting inside their boxes, but relatively soon we are going to extend that layout here as well, with lots of new Star Wars sets and so on and so forth. Also to the left you can see or to the right here, you can see that we still haven't included the lower part of Harry Potter's Diagon Alley. No, this is not Diagon Alley. This is Gringotts Bank, the the underground section. But we are trying to have more and more underground sections in the near future. This is one of the oldest parts of the amusement park, actually, starting with the campground, because we are camper fans. We always go to Legoland Germany and stay at the campground there. It's relatively basic in terms of what you could do nowadays, but back in the day when we started our Lego city and had no parts at all, this was already top notch and looks so cool. Then to the right we have like smaller sections. This is the entrance from the campground here. You can see a Toy Story land, followed by a Jurassic World land and a Western land with the Constitution train. Relatively small and relatively compact and dense, but I'm still quite happy with it. And although we have quite a lot of space, we also very soon will run out of space here with our tables, and this is why we made this section of the Lego city rather compact. Then further in the back we have Apocalypseburg from Lego Movie 2 with some of the Lego movie sets and stuff. We also included both roller coasters if you've seen them. The new one is on the left, and the other one is just next to it, which is also really cool. The Disney train station and lots of these smaller sets that just came out not too long ago. This one is one of Rita's favorite parts of the city. You cannot imagine how big of a Halloween fan she is. So she wanted to include a Halloween themed part of the amusement park here, and this is a perfect fit because Lego has come out with lots of these haunted houses, haunted mansions, and Hidden Side was a perfect match for this part of the amusement park. So there's lots of like minifigs and sets, and like even the train, right? The roller coaster is a mock that I created long time ago. I'm not really happy with it as it stands now, but really cool. Next to it is the pirates area, right, with the pirate ship, with the El Dorado Fortress, with the big pirate that you can only buy at Legoland or Lego House Billund. Then we also have Barracuda Bay. And the idea is that people here just take boats to row through the layout. And we tiled all of the base plates with transparent blue tiles, which was actually a great idea because it just looks so cool. The water is quite calm, but this doesn't matter, right? Barracuda Bay, the pirate ship, it all looks like this is one of my favorite part of the city. And there's just we use the hidden side seaside prison or whatever that is to be a transition between the two, which is also pretty cool. The lighthouse and everything from Hidden Side Wave 2, I believe, was a perfect set for us here in this respect. And there's just so many things that we also now that part of the layout being actually more or less completed that we now can add and change and stuff like that. So we not too long ago we just moved some of the bigger parts of this layout, right? We also have the Joker Manor here, a set that we get lots of requests about because people don't know which set that is. This was the first set that came with the roller coaster tracks, believe it or not, in purple. The roller coaster is actually technically not able to be motorized. I don't know, but it was just a nice idea and a gimmick. And shortly after the white and red roller coaster came out, we also have the Ferris wheel, the Grand Carousel, lots of these stalls and like amusement park related sets. Lego is doing so much in that manner, which is really cool. They also have like a monorail going through the amusement park, and this is Hogwarts, one of the staples of Rita, right? Lego is going crazy with releasing Harry Potter sets. We bought most of them, but also most of them we adapted to fit our Lego city. So this is probably not the official looks of Hogwarts Castle, but the cool thing about the new generation of Lego Hogwarts is that you can just mix and match them in every like shape and variant you want. We also have the Diagon Alley that is like then completed with Disney Castle. This is the main entrance to our amusement park. So you enter the park, and instead of walking through downtown USA or whatever the like opening street of Disneyland is, here you take Diagon Alley. We also included the new Gringotts Bank set, which looks stunning. The dragon is just so cool, and there's still lots of work that needs to go into this part of the Lego city. It's also quite hard to reach, I admit. Our city is now so big with so many builds that we sometimes have problems reaching the bits and pieces of our Lego city. But anyways, right, the other side of the layout is still empty. This is where we usually place the newer city layouts. There's the monorail station that also came with the Bricklink Designer Program sets, ice skating rink, also Sesame Street, and up in the back you can see the house where my parents live, the yellow one with the black roof. And we just here included lots of creative buildings into our residential area. Simpson's house, of course, right next to Simpson's house, where there's a flying car here from Harry Potter. The White House with the black and red roof is where Rita's parents live, by the way. This is a mock that actually looks exactly like the house where Rita's parents reside. Ice hockey, a very rare set. Lots of people don't know about the existence of these sets. Try to build building a hall stadium around it, and this is just a residential area which looks really cool. On the other side to the right you can see the new generation. Probably you've asked yourself, where are all the new like 2023 2024 City and Friends sets? They are here. We decided to like do a whole different layout here with the new sets. You can see they're quite colorful. Probably they don't really fit into the regular Lego City. That's what a lot of viewers of ours stated and commented. So we decided to actually build a new district that is called Newtown here on the right, where the sets that are very colorful and probably don't really fit into the regular layout go. First of all, my idea was to throw away the pastel and like vibrant colors and replace them with more like, yeah, calm and gray and black colors. But at the end of the day, we decided to put the sets here and actually look great. This is also the only spot where we build against the wall. So we always try to include sets that are relatively flat, right? And they have open like backsides. This is an excellent idea. This is a lot of work that we need to put into that part of the layout, but actually it looks quite cool. There's a train running through. We also decided to use the new train the new road layout. Lots of people don't like it, but we just try it out, and actually it looks pretty cool. It's lots of fun. It does not take up that much space, which is also cool because the table here is rather small. So we managed to get like two city streets in here plus a train track, which is actually phenomenal. um, Lots of buildings in a compact space, and there's always people, like we have sometimes we invite people, of course, and they always say, hey, this part of the layout is one of the greatest you've done, right? And we say, hey, this cannot be the case, but because this is just work in progress and we have just started building it. But they just like the looks of it, right? It's also not um, on just one level. It's a two-level layout. Lots of these newer sets actually are great, right? There's minifigures missing in some of the sets, but we are trying to get that fixed. And these new streets actually look pretty decent, and the overall look of the layout just makes sense, right? And we just like it. I mean, you can think of the new city streets in every way you want, because we also like prefer the old city streets, but this is the place where the new sets go, and actually this makes perfect sense. We are now in the back of the downtown again with the arcade, the bowling alley. The arcade is actually a mock that is has been created a long time, like we built this long time ago. Hospital, lots of these service oriented city facilities, like basketball, also housing. This is where all people live in a way. We also filled the empty spots of the city with the soccer field and the basketball field here, which actually does make sense. I have the feeling it's not the prettiest option in the world, but in a way this just fills up that space perfectly fine. This is a skyscraper once again that has balconies on two sides of the building, and we are now in the process of planning on to cover the other wooden beams as well. um, this is a mock that Rita was looking forward to a lot because she did not like the looks of these wooden beams. And there's nothing we can do because this is on the attic, right? You can see it from multiple angles. But this just looks pretty cool, and we're trying to cover, like I said, all of the other wooden beams in the near future. You definitely need to step on a chair to build this. This is great. This is just great stuff. We just like it. Also, the balconies are all populated with people doing different stuff. There's a sky bar on the roof, and this is, you can see, this is just covering the wooden beam. There's nothing inside it. It's just hollow. This is also the place where we control our trains. This is the 9-volt transformator that does all the work. Usually we just get the trains running with just one 9-volt transformator. The train track is around 35 to 40 meters long, and if the trains are connected well, the tracks, and we have a good 9-volt motor, this is gonna work. The problem that we now have is the trains from Lego are getting bigger and bigger. So for example, the Orient Express usually cannot run through the city because it's too big to like go around the curves and stuff. Here, you get another glimpse of our city square with the Stuttgart train station, which looks phenomenal. And next to it is our zoo. This was one of the first mocks that we did. It was also heavily inspired by the first zoo that Jangbrix had in his city. And so this is the legacy zoo that we actually had. Rita is showing how big it was at the first stage, and we extended it like many times because Lego is releasing more and more animals now. We have everything from goats to elephants, crocodiles, lions, tigers, camels, flamingos. Also, a section where spiders, frogs, and snakes are going. So this is, I mean, of course, this is much too small, and we get lots of viewer requests. Hey, couldn't you please build the zoo a bit bigger because I have the fear that the animals are not feeling comfortable. And of course, this is totally right. But we cannot just build a realistic looking zoo here. This would take up like half of the city space. So we just try to do it as compact as possible, nevertheless do as much detailing and plant and trees and visitors and some of the animals, and it just looks great, right? We included the Jane Goodall GWP in here. It also has an aquarium that looks pretty basic from today's standpoint, but this was just all of the parts that we had left. Unfortunately, this was built in 2020, where we really had a hard time getting pieces because all the shops were closed and some of the brickling sellers did not ship and stuff. So we did the best that we could, and obviously we are gonna redo the zoo sooner or later, but there's other stuff that we are now focusing on. First of all, on the right you can see Ninjago City, and then there's the harbor and beach part of the city, which we actually really enjoy working at on, especially in summer. Here on the right we have some cupboards where we put sets that we want to include into the city or sets that are just being built at the moment. I also still have lots of sets from my childhood era that are not complete. Also, we bought some of these displays, and we have pack a brick cups and stuff. So this is just where all the things go that we have no place at the moment. But this is gonna change relatively soon because we're always taking out stuff here and new stuff is gonna come in. This is the Lego City Ninjago part of our city. We bought all of the Ninjago city sets. The new edition is on in the back. The markets, I believe, is the new one, if I'm not wrong. And we just included a bit of a like a forecourt, a city district to this Ninjago landscape here, which actually looks pretty great. I believe there's lots going on. There's even a mafia story, like with street gangs and stuff. So there's lots going on. Many minifigs. We included the cherry tree, I believe, from the first botanical. Was it the bonsai? I believe we included the garden that also came with the. Was it the Chinese New Year sets? I cannot remember. With the bull that you can lit up, fits perfectly fine. The holy tuk tuk. Was a set that I built on the day where our son was born. So this is a set that has a special place in my heart in a way. And also lots of, you can see, for example, here, this comes from the Chinese New Year set's ice rink. And we thought that this does not fit into the Winter Village perfectly fine. So we just included it here, and actually does make sense when it comes to our opinion. And finally, here we have the beach, which is also one of the parts of the city that we started doing relatively early on, because Rita always dreamed of a Lego City beach. There's around 12,500 by 2 dark blue transparent tiles that went into this layout, with lots of ships and surfing and people swimming. And this is really cool because you just need to stick the head, or the head and the torso of the minifigures onto the base plate, and it looks like they're swimming. We do not, unfortunately, we do not have mil standard. This would be a thing that I really would want to have, but it's just like our city is so big. It's just like this is a generational project if we do that. There's lots going on here at the beach as well. We have the old fishing house, we have a bar, we have boats, and underneath there's Rita's Ariel or Disney themed underwater layout with this is work in progress. I tried to install an LED band here, but it unfortunately fell off. Um, Need to fix that, so that everything is like blue, and like I said, we are trying to lit up the whole city step by step. Now we are already in the process of doing another modular that we are trying to lit up. And yeah, this is just lots going on here at the beach with people swimming. We also have like these drawers here that store our parts. And yeah, it's relatively narrow here to walk through, but it's okay still. And we like decided for having more city space than for more like walking space, and we are actually, as of right now, pretty happy with what we have been doing. There's the terminal station of the monorail here at the beach as well, in the gas station, and still there's the Tower of Orthanc. I don't know why this is still here. It just has no other place to go, because it's so tall and does not fit anywhere. We did not want to include this into the city, but I just placed it here, and it's still here. This is where our spare parts go. These are by far not all of our spare parts, but the most like popular ones, the ones that we need most of the time, always go here into these small drawers, and we then just go wherever we build. We most of the time build on the layout, in the layout, so we don't really use our desk or table that we have underneath the window. We just come pick the pieces and go to the spot that we build on. This is also built, this is a fish processing factory, and the final piece of our layout is the harbor, where I tried to include as many 1990s harbor sets that I possibly could. And I just think the different sizes and colors and also variants of these cranes on the first hand look a bit confusing, but on the other hand it just looks gorgeous. And also having these different ships in here, I know it's much too small, but it just looks so great to have these boats and ships and everything. And we're also trying to include the newer harbor, the 2024 harbor. Here you can see another underground layout where I am planning on building an underwater layout with submarines and boats and stuff like that. And then you can see there's just so much underneath the tables that we need to include into the Lego city. You cannot imagine how many Lego sets are waiting to be placed into the Lego city. And we also, sometimes if we don't like anything or a specific set, we just put it off the table and include it here again. So thank you for tuning in to Bricks Go Wild here once again. We have more updates on our German speaking channel, but every once in a while we try to post an update here as well, so just that you are updated of what's going on. Right? Bye bye, and see you soon.